Hey everyone, I'm installing the Magpul grip on my Palmetto AR-10. Okay, so that's the PA-10 Gen 3. A couple of interesting things that are worth noting. Okay, the one that comes with it, the rubberized grip. If you look over here, it has a really, basically it's fitted to the gun. Okay, when you put in the Magpul one, you're going to notice that there's a gap here. Okay, so be aware of it. If you don't want that gap here, like know in advance, like don't get the Magpul one. If you want a tight, if you want it to fit perfectly, stick to the one that came with it. Okay. Other thing worth noting is normally there's just one spring that basically you got your safety spring that goes up in here. Normally the pin for the locking pin goes to the back, and the end plate is what keeps it in place. Okay, so with the PA-10, I guess because this section here is a lot longer, right? This is an elongated section. The pin that holds the retaining pin for not the retaining pin, the takedown pin, the rear takedown pin, the pin that holds that in place is in a second hole in the back, right? So you've got two springs. They're going to give you two springs. The short one goes to the safety. Try to get this lined up here. The short one goes to the safety, and what appears to be the longer, thinner one goes in the back hole. Okay, that goes up to the rear takedown pin. Okay, so I wanted to post that here in case you guys get like confused and stuff. So I'm like, I guess I'll put the Magpul one on. I kind of hate that it's a different size because it does have that gap. However, it does fit more comfortably in my hand. I'll put it in if I don't like it down. If it turns out that I can't live with that gap, I'll just take it out. But I wanted to make you aware of this, so when you're purchasing it, and be aware that there's two springs in here. Okay, the spring to the safety over here. There's another hole to the front pin. Oh, the other thing worth mentioning, if you look at the rubberized grip that came with it, right? You got one hole up here for the first pin, right? And then it looks like they drilled the second hole back here. The first one looks like it's factory drilled in the plastic. The second one looks like it was drilled into the rubber back here, okay? Into the rubber, so it's supposed to insert into that, but I don't think it inserts very well because you can kind of see it like a little bent out of shape. With the Magpul one, you're gonna only have the one hole, okay? So I'm gonna have to like drill a hole back here. Okay, I'm gonna have to basically put a small drill bit there. I have to kind of match this up. Okay, see where that ends, where that lands, and drill the second hole. So, and here's the thing. I mean, if you drill this second hole, I mean, down the road, if you end up using this on another AR, no big deal. That hole's not gonna bother you. But just be aware that you got to drill a hole in the Magpul grip back here if you decide to go with that, so that it will lock in this the takedown pin. Okay, and also be aware that like there's like indents in there that you don't lose them. I'm also going to change out the trigger. I'm going to take out the one that came with it, the nickel boron, and I'm putting the two-stage Palmetto nickel boron in this one. Okay, so that's today's project. Hey everyone, I want to give you guys an update. I elected not to go with the Magpul grip. I'm going to stay with this rubberized A2 grip. Now, one of the things I did is I told you guys that there was like a little, kind of like a little hole that it looked like it had been drilled in the back, but I don't think it was. I think it was just a marking from the spring. I did try and say, hey, let me just take this in just a little bit with the drill. But what happens is that spot where this thing needs to go, right? When you try to drill into it, it just separates. Okay, so and I didn't want to mess with this too bad. So what I did then is, which is what I think they probably did at the factory, but maybe they just didn't do it as well. I used the pick to basically separate the rubber a little bit from the plastic, and basically just kind of twisted the spring in a little bit to kind of hold it in place, okay? And so I think that is basically, that's how you're going to want to install this, okay? Put this back in there, just twist it in a little bit, and it will go into place, and then it will go back. Then basically I can put this back. And like I said before, I'm changing out this just the mil-spec nickel boron trigger that came with it. It's getting this two-stage Palmetto nickel boron trigger. I already did another video with this because I installed it in another gun. I was liking it. So yeah, today it's going in this gun, in this Palmetto P810 Gen 3. Hey, another quick note: if you're installing the Palmetto two-stage trigger, the actually, let me get something to point with. The disconnector, the tail of the disconnector, is going to go underneath that little hook that you see right there, right? Where the point is. It goes underneath it, not on top of it. In order to get that in there, you're gonna basically, you can't get that in there once you run your pin in. So first you got to position this, then run the pin in. Basically, I just temporarily ran this little Allen key that you see there, and then what I'm doing is I'm just going to push the pin. I'm going to push the Allen key out, and basically just transfer. Do a transfer. As I'm going to push, as I push the pin in, the Allen key is going to push out. Okay, so if you're installing the two-stage trigger, I mean, that's one of the things that was kind of confusing me a little bit with that little hook over there. Because initially I was on top of it. I'm like, no, that doesn't look right. I gotta be underneath it. Now, other thing to be aware of is, I mean, you all know that there is an indent that goes with the safety. Well, remember, there's also an indent that goes with your with your rear takedown pin. Okay, there's an indent that goes with that, and I kind of forgot about that. I took the spring out, and luckily it fell out, and I saw it fall out. Otherwise, I would have been like looking all over the place for it. So there's two springs and two indents, and then your takedown pin, and then your safety. So there's 6 pieces basically. Okay, so I hope that helps somebody out there.